All right, so here we are. So every dog is the same, right? It doesn't matter, pit bull. This is a six different species of different breeds of dog, and of course a beautiful collie, Dill. It's all about energy, energy, energy. So when dogs are, when they're distracted by movement, that's why we have them. That's why we domesticated them, so they can alert us when people are coming to our camp. Dogs are pack animals. Woof, 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 woof. And they alert us. The problem comes in, we have to teach dogs what is truly a threat and what's not. So the only way we can do that is by distraction. So if I'm in a wheelchair, the dog has to adapt to me. I can't adapt to the dog. The most important thing is, now, Tyson was just trying to get Ashley's attention. What's the best way to get a human to look at them? Whine, cry, even if you turn around and say, shut up. Not
Charlotte.
Charlotte, not Chocolate. Why I got that in my head. Charlotte's decided to lay down. Dill is still trying to figure out what's going on. Tyson, a little older, of course, so obviously it's like a senior citizen and a puppy here, because Charlotte's only about 8, 9, 10 months old. She's relatively young. So we have an adolescent dog, a senior citizen, and probably in the middle, Dill, whatever. So obviously Tyson is going to be a little bit more stressed out because this hasn't been her lifestyle, his lifestyle. Anyway, so let's have some distraction. Send the cat over. Raccoon. So we stimulate this. I can't really get your cats to volunteer to come across my floor. Good. So look, now look at the dogs. They're all, every dog is doing the exact same thing. Their ears came forward, and they're watching this squirrel. But what they're not doing, let's think of what they're not doing. They're not barking, they're not growling. Notice, each dog has a leash and collar hanging out. When we leave them unsupervised, we of course take the leash and collar off. But when we're supervising, this is how we teach them. Then if Ashley will go knock on the door, just close it and knock, we watch their reaction to our front door. So the door shuts. Now they don't know anything here. They haven't become territorial. But they all do the same thing. All three dogs do identical. And if she knocks, she's probably going to go outside. And, yeah, good. She's slamming door. So our house is no different. So she's going to knock again. I'm going to go see who it is. But I'm not dramatic about it. I'm just going to wander over and I'm going to see. Depending on what time of night. If this was 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd be nervous. So I'm going to see, and I'm going to see that it's Ashley, and you can pan over here a little. And then Ashley comes in, hello, how are you? And the dogs are nice, but we're not, and look, Charlotte gets excited, but there's no change. So then in a minute, we're going to let our dogs out. So it's all about structure. Now obviously Charlotte, who's ruled the roost since she was a puppy, and she gets way too much attention from the family, I know that. And so that's what creates her to be out of balance. So I'm going to let Charlotte out. I come here, but she can't come out without permission. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how dogs get hurt. They act on their own impulses. Okay, Charlotte. And I come out, and I sit. Good girl, Charlotte. And I love. And I do love Charlotte. This is how we love. She's on my left. You can move this without running her over. Correct her a little. And that was a little close, and you do have to respect dog boundaries. If you can just run over there and get my squeaky toy. And so let's throw my squeaky toy. So watch what this, and this is for all dogs. Watch what happens when I squeak. Watch all three dogs. Now Charlotte, so this is not a penguin. This is a dying animal. Good girl, Charlotte. So I want to give her permission. I have to give her permission to kill the dying animal. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Then the trick is once she gets it, we got to teach her to drop it. Watch. Good girl, Charlotte. I love her. What does she want to do? She wants to take the dying animal to its den. What do dogs do with squeakers? They eat them. Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Good. All right. Good girl. So the point of the matter is, if she picks something up, good girl, Charlotte, good. So I'm gonna let her go, free time, good girl. Good, now somebody came in, who's there? Huh? Talia? Who's, oh, Jim.
I'm looking for you. You usually have that little black step stool, that ladder.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, Jim, right next to the door.
Right over here.
Right
Through this door.
All right.
So watch how we have company coming in. Watch all the dogs. Now she wants to kill our rabbit. Go ahead and move it. So we adjust the activity here. Do you see it? Oh, there's a little, you mean, he meant the black one.
Yeah, is it mute? It might be.
Sorry. So this is a good opportunity to see craziness. We have dogs barking over there. We have Jim. We got Charlotte wants to kill my rabbit. Watch when I say to leave. Go ahead, drive it. Go ahead. So the bottom line is control. When the Charlotte goes home on Friday, everybody's going to have a top 10 list of what to do. The more you deviate, the more the dog will regress. Right now, you're starting with a fresh slate. Look at how wonderful this is. Who's the #1 victim of dog bites behind children? Construction workers, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, because they're coming into what they perceive, the dogs think is their territory. They're usually carrying something. Dogs see it a very kind of black and whitish, and they hear noises. So that's Charlotte. Now my next doggie is Dill. And notice Charlotte is following me. That's kind of the irony, right? I didn't ask her to. Why? Charlotte. So Big Bad Tyson scared Charlotte. That's what dogs do. So just because I want to work with another dog, I'm going to put Charlotte. Watch how easy. Now let's just say you're fed up, you're having a party, you tell the dog, Charlotte, go place. Place. Place is the word, the sound, to let a dog go. Boom, close it. Now, Charlotte can't jump on anybody, you can't steal food from anybody, she's in her place. Next doggy, Dill. I wait a little bit. Understand, each dog, regardless of their breed, has a slight, you see it? So Charlotte's on our left, wherever we walk, no energy, it's relaxed. Good girl, Charlotte. We praise good behavior, good behavior. Good girl, Charlotte. When I stop, she needs the SIT. She just heard a noise over here, so she was distracted from it. So dogs, again, they react to changes in the environment, whether it's a noise, a person, a cat, or a dog. That's how they survive, right? Orienting themselves to changes. I say stay, the dog stays, period. And it doesn't matter if the circus comes into town. Now, with that said, if you're bending over the dog, talking, pointing, Charlotte, are you okay? What's the matter? Mommy loves you. If you do that, you're getting the dog out of balance. So we want to, how do I know she's balanced? Her mouth is open, she's breathing, her tongue is out. That's important. So it's like a child in timeout. Whether she likes this or not is not relevant. It's up to the human to understand. Now, if it was 110 degrees out and this was burning asphalt, then that's wrong and stupid and dumb. But that's not the case. Dog has to adapt. We could have a party here. We have obviously things going on. Charlotte needs to lay there. When I want her, all I got to do is get low. The cues are simple. It's like this. What? I turn. Charlotte, okay, come. Now, it's not so much the words as the body language. So I presented, but when you're staring at her all day long, talking to her, that movement has no relevance. So we're doing good. We're going to go inside. Triggers everything. We're going to try to create trigger. But it's no energy. It's not about talking and yelling and screaming. It's not about pinch collars. This is it. Charlotte is a good dog. She needs to be balanced. Slow down. Come to a stop. Pivot out your right. Come back. Get low and call her. Stand up straight. Good. Let's go give her some free time. Slow down, come to a stop. Good. Heel. Yep. Good, excellent. That's girl. Okay, we're finishing up our training here with Charlotte. The top 10 rules. The dog is always in one of two places, either under your supervision with her leash and collar on. See how the leash and collar? This way we can control and teach her things. If she is, and if you can't, she should be in your crate, in her crate. If she is out under your supervision, the leash and collar is on. It must remain on at all times. Unless she's in the crate and it's this leash and collar. You don't have to hold it, she can drop it. Watch what happens though. What's the importance of this? Now Charlotte is eating a dead carcass, an animal carcass, in the form of, what do they call those things?
Pig ears.
What is it? Pig ears.
Pig ear.
So now she's got her pig ear, which is very primal, right? It's all moist, she's been chewing on it. So that could be a sneaker, a sock. Ashley's gonna ask her. She's just gonna say, Charlotte.
Charlotte, leave it. Good girl.
And that's it. That comes with a correction though. So the dog is going to look around and think, are you a leader or am I in charge of that pig ear or you? So it's important to, if you watch Ashley, now Ashley's going to start to walk. She's just going to say heel.
Heel.
And the dog's going to go. She's going to make a right turn. Good. You see that Charlotte is happy. Her tail is up. She's going to make a left turn. She's going to come to a stop. The dog is going to SIT. She's going to say STAY, pivot out your right. She's going to drop the leash. And it doesn't matter now what happens. I'm going to throw my frisbee. What is a frisbee? A bird? She doesn't get up. I'm going to throw my dead pig's ear. She doesn't get up. Ashley's going to get low and call her.
Charlotte, come.
Praise, praise, praise. Obviously, if she's in her crate, you take the leash and collar off. The dog does not get lured into his crate. He goes involuntarily, then gets a treat for doing so. The only place he or she gets any food, any more food, is in its crate. We're doing this for a demonstration. Watch how nice this works. That doesn't mean she can't have these things, but she has to surrender it. And she's going to judge. If there's a 10-year-old child that reaches for it, she might not surrender it. Try it right from there without even touching.
Charlotte, leave it.
Good.
Good girl.
So it doesn't get better than that. Now, whether this behavior regresses, it's going to be up to you guys to follow through. When you're holding the leash, the dog should never have tension on it. Everything must be initiated and controlled by you, not the dog. There's never yelling. If you notice, we hardly ever talk to a dog. There's no yelling because dogs don't talk. So if you're yelling and screaming, just looking at a dog signals something. So I don't know. Here's the problem in life. Once we get these behaviors, it's hard for us to duplicate it. Good girl. Good, Charlotte. Good girl. So she can have this. Watch. Leave it. Leave it. So rather than pull this away, watch, I can hypnotize her. Rather than keep pulling it away, okay girl, okay girl, okay girl. Now let's say I need help with this. So Ashley will just pick up the end of the leash, watch. Leave it. The wetter it gets, the more gnarly this gets, the more primal it gets. So when she was first chewing on it, no tension. Do you see, Ashley? There's no screaming, there's no pinch collars. Okay. Now I'm going to ask her to leave it. Charlotte, leave it. And she helped me a little bit. That's all. Good girl, Charlotte. All right, so we're done today with Charlotte. She's ready to go. She's going to get her spa bath. Don't talk to the dog. Drop the leash. Let's walk around. Let's play frisbee. We can have a barbecue. She's not jumping tomorrow when we'll show you how we can do this without a lot of energy being expended. We could be eating hot dogs. We could be doing this. She's not pinned down. We're not yelling or screaming. Her energy is balanced and she's happy. Sorry. All right, let's cut.